What's up guys, it's Zoom here, and on today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys the ultimate budget deck. This is the best budget deck in the format. This deck basically you can build for under $50. That's right, only $50 can get you a decent competitive deck. Now with this deck you could definitely win some locals, and you could for sure get your invite if you know what you're doing. So without further ado, let's get into the Floowandereeze deck profile. So to start it off, we play triple Robina. Robina is one of the most important cards in the deck. If you open this card and your opponent doesn't have an interruption, you pretty much have a crazy game state. And then we play triple Eaglin. This card is also very important to the deck. Robina allows you to search for the lower level Floowandereeze monsters, while this allows you to search the level 7s. So this card allows you to get into your M-Pen and stuff like that, which we'll get into later. And then for the one-ofs, we play one token and one Shri. Shri is really amazing in this format because it manipulates the graveyard, takes things out the graveyard. And token is really good because it'll allow you to get like your banished M-Pens or banished Floowandereeze cards that you can normally never get back. And that's it for the small Floowandereeze monsters. For the big boys, we play two M-Pen. I apologize for this one. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where it's at. But yeah, M-Pen is really what you want to end on your first turn board. It searches the trap card, which allows you to summon on your opponent's turn. It can also search things like unexplored winds and stuff like that. So, really good. And then for the other big monsters, you play one Avion, one Ryza. Ryza is really good to basically manipulate your next draw on your next draw phase if you summon on your opponent's turn. Avion is really good just for inherent negation. And that is it for the main monsters. Let's go ahead and get into hand traps. So the most important hand trap in this deck is Dimension Shifter. This card, if you can resolve this card, you pretty much give Snake Eyes or any graveyard reliant deck a very hard time. And there's a way to loop this card too with Ryza. So if you summon Ryza on your opponent's turn, this is the only card in your graveyard, you can put this back to the top of your deck and then just de-shifter them again the next turn. It's crazy. Then we play triple Ash Blossom. This is a card that, you know, is really great against everything. It's iffy against Snake Eyes and Fire King because you could be giving your opponent a extender, but if you time it perfectly and you have something to pair with it, you should be okay. And then I think is one of the best hand traps this format is triple Imperm. I love Imperm just for the utility that the card has. You can use it on your turn, your opponent's turn. You can even let your opponent combo off if this is your only interaction, and then use it to, you know, negate their Baronet on your turn or their Appaloosa or whatever you want to negate. And that is it for hand traps. Let's go ahead and get into spells. So we do play triple Pot of Prosperity. Prosperity adds a layer of consistency to the deck that it needs. You basically look at your next 6 cards and pick one that you want. And on top of that, if you really want to and you don't want to spend like the $5 or whatever Pot of Prosperity is at right now on Prosperities, you can get Extravagance. Extravagance allows you to draw 2 cards. You don't get to look at the 6, but it's completely up to you. In my opinion, Prosperity is better because you could choose 1 out of the 6 cards, the best option, instead of drawing 2 random ones. And to go with that, we have Pot of Duality, because Duality does not, you know, it doesn't matter if you activate Prosperity. Duality can still resolve because it doesn't conflict. So this allows you to look at the top 3. And then for the last one of, we play one Called by the Grave. Droll and Blackbird is really huge this format. In people's main decks, people are main decking Droll. I think people are going to lean towards not main decking Droll here soon because it's not great towards the pure Snake Eye versions. It's great against Fire King, but it's not great against pure Snake Eye. So a lot of people might be taking Droll and Blackbird out their decks, and that would only help this deck. But you want to play this just in case. And then we play 4 field spells. So we play triple Map and Terraforming. Technically in this deck you do play 7 field spells, and if you count Impen, you play 9 field spells. But yeah, map is the heart and soul of the deck. It allows you to get your additional normal summons, and it allows you to chain block, so it's great. And then we play triple Adventurer. Advent is great. It allows you to dodge Fake Veiler, Infinite Permanence, stuff like that. And it can make a hand that's not great because you can search the right card. And then we play 1 Unexplored Winds. That is the last Floowandereeze spell or trap. Unexplored Winds is great to mulligan, and it's the best effect is obviously using your opponent's monsters to tribute summon. Now the big thing of this is you don't get Rise's extra effect if you use this to tribute summon. Just remember that. And then for the spells to round it up, we play Double Swallow's Quarry. This basically gives you even more consistency to the deck. This is basically Advent Adventurer. So this card is almost the exact same as Advent Adventurer, except this only allows you to get the Winged Beast, where Advent allows you to get map and stuff like that. This card is really great for consistency and then dodging, you know, Imperms and Effect Veilers. And then we play 1 Floowandereeze and the Dreaming Town as a trap card. This is searchable. You don't want to break on this. That's why you only play 1, and then Impen searches this in your combo if you know, want to search this. And then to round out the main deck, we play double Harpy's Feather Storm. This basically says your opponent cannot play Yugioh. So say, just for instance, you open a Eaglin and your opponent goes Imperm, you can set this, and your opponent can't do anything either their turn. So this card is crazy. I'm surprised it hasn't been touched yet. And with this being like the budget deck profile, usually I would show the extra deck, but with it being budget, there's really not anything you could really go into. You could play cards like, you know, Anima and other Link 1s. You could play, if you do happen to own Typhoons, my non-budget list plays double Typhoon, and stuff like that. And as far as the side deck completely depends on your locals and what your local scene is looking like. I personally would definitely side deck triple Evenly Match, because Evenly is a fantastic pairing with this deck. And if you're going second, you could side in cards like Nibiru, stuff like that. But yeah, this deck is an amazing deck for a budget player. You don't have to invest way too much, and it's great for players just wanting to have fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And don't have the funds, or don't want to spend the funds playing the best deck. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys liked and enjoyed the video. My name is Zoom. Peace.